with certain people, you have boundaries. Like, you have boundaries where I can tell you this, and I can't tell you this. If I feel like I can tell you anything, and it's vice versa, or when I need help, I got you, and vice versa.
Yeah,
that's trust, and that's loyalty for me.
This is my season. This is mine. This is mine. I sold this.
Yo, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of A Voice of a Generation podcast. I am your host, King Leo. Today I got with me my boy, Big Kxng.
Yes, sir.
What's up with you, bro? How you doing?
You feel me? I'm blessed. I'm glad to be here on the podcast. You feel me?
Yeah, I feel you. So today we're going to talk on the topic of tampered trust. You know, I'm a firm believer that trust isn't something that's just easily given. It's something that's actually earned. I also believe that, you know, trust is fragile, and once it's broken, it's kind of hard to get back. Not that it's impossible, but it's a process. You know what I mean? So my first question to you would be, how do you deal with broken trust?
Me, it really depends on the situation, because I feel like there's levels to it. You know, when it comes to like family or friends and stuff like that, depending on the situation is how I deal with it. It's just more of me, what I used to do. I just really just cut you out. You're not in my life no more. Off of everything. Like, I would look at you like you're not even a person to me.
Dang, that's crazy.
But honestly, like, becoming older and being like, you know, more of a man, you just gotta work with situations. You gotta talk with people. You gotta be able to communicate and be like, I don't approve of this. I don't respect this. This is not, you know, more communication.
Yeah.
So that's the way I deal with it now that I'm older, more just communication based.
Yeah, that's true, man. That's something that I'm really learning how to do more, because people don't know this about me, and they probably look at me and be like, yo, like, that's not true. But I'm an introvert, you know what I mean? Especially when it comes to like expressing myself, you know what I mean? And a lot of times I have like a hard time expressing myself. So like, I would just do that route. I would take that route. I would like just easily just cut you off. You know what I mean? It was just that, you know what I mean? But learning how to communicate, and then it's just like, it goes beyond communication nowadays with people. It's about comprehension. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people, you could talk to them and you could communicate all day, but if they don't comprehend what you're saying and they don't understand it, then it's just like, where's that medium? You know what I mean? That level ground. You know what I mean? So that's something that I'm working on as well, man, is learning how to just not automatically just ghost, but stand there and, like you said, as a man, face your problems. You know what I mean? So the next question would be, how have you destroyed the trust someone once placed in you?
Me, honestly, I don't really feel like I really broke anyone's trust, honestly. Like, I'm a real genuine person. I'm not gonna go behind somebody's back and, you know, try to, you know, be on some lame stuff. But, I don't really think I broke anyone's trust. And if I did, they never came and talked. They never said nothing to me.
Nah, I feel.
You don't say nothing.
Like,
how do I know?
Exactly.
So me, I ain't break nobody trust.
He said, I ain't break nobody trust. I feel that, man. I mean, I think even in ways like, I mean, if I could take it that far, sometimes we break God's trust. You know what I mean? Like the trust that God, you know, has in us, you know, to do what's right. You know what I mean? To be, you know, accountable for our actions and for the things that, you know, he entrusts us to do, and the things that he entrusts us with, be it the lives or be it things like this, you know what I mean? Like with your goals and dreams in life and things like that, you know, when God holds us to a certain like level, you know, of what he expects for us, sometimes we are not always good with, you know, keeping our promises to him, or, you know, doing what's best all the time. So I feel like in that way we kind of do, you know, break God's trust in that. And I know, like me personally, there's often times, you know, I've broken trust, you know what I mean? You know, I'm being in relationships, or be it, you know, with my family or whatever the case may be. But in those moments, I guess, like, if you do find yourself breaking trust, like, do you automatically feel guilty about it? You know what I mean?
I mean, really, I guess in the moment, not really, because I mean, really for me, like, I'm kind of cold-hearted, and that's kind of something I'm working on. Like, I don't care about emotions in the moment, but when I really sit down, you know, and evaluate, I did this and that, I'd be like, dang. So that's just more something I'm working on. But in the moment, no. But when I sit down and actually evaluate what I do and what I say and everything, that's when it really hits.
Allowing yourself to go through the process of it and like feeling through it, you know what I mean, rather than just automatically reacting. I feel that you filtering through the emotions and things. So what makes you feel like in your life personally that somebody is like worthy of your trust, or what makes you feel like you can actually trust somebody?
Really for me, it's just the first time we meet. When we first meet, I'm always quiet. I'm just observing. I'm watching you. I'm seeing how you move and this, that. And so it's really just vibes when I first meet you. The loyalty and the trust, that's just more of, I know you got my back when something happened. I got your back. I can trust you with this. I can trust you with that. I feel like it's like with certain people, you have boundaries. Like you have boundaries where I can tell you this and I can't tell you this. If I feel like I can tell you anything and it's vice versa, or when I need help, I got you and vice versa. Yeah, that's trust and that's loyalty for me. So I mean, when I feel that, that's when it's like you like brother, you like a brother, you like my sister, your family. Me, I personally,
I've kind of find myself, I don't do it all the time, but like in most cases, I guess because it is based off a feel, you know what I mean? And sometimes you could pick up like, you know, I could genuinely trust this person, or this person is a genuine person, you know what I mean? So like for me, there's often times, bro, like where I'm just like, I could easily trust a person. You know what I mean? And I think I go in it open, giving people the benefit of the doubt. You know what I mean? Like it's like you're innocent until proven guilty, right? So like that's the mindset that I approach it with, right? So that's what makes me feel like, you know, that I can actually trust people, because I would want somebody to do the same for me. You know how it's crazy, like how you can go in a relationship. And I've been in relationships, bro, like where from the jump, it was just like, yo, I felt like either shorty didn't trust me fully, or, you know, maybe I didn't trust fully, basically because of what I went through in my life and stuff like that. Yeah. But it's so crazy when you don't go into a situation open. You know what I mean? Because then that brings a lot of like, you know, like arguments. Exactly. Yeah, it brings all of that, you know, to the forefront, and then it's just like, yo, like you were never open from the jump. You know what I mean? So I think like a big part of like just learning how to trust is to first be open to it. You know what I mean? And know and give everybody the room, like how you were saying, to prove themselves. You know what I mean? If you showing me from day one that you got my back, you loyal, you know what I mean, you there when I need you, I can openly talk to you and stuff like that. For me, that's a part of the process of like building that trust. You know what I mean? And that's what I do. Exactly. That's what I do in like all my friendships, you know, my relationships, even with my family, bro. It's crazy because sometimes you can't even trust family. You know what I'm saying?
You be the main one sometimes.
Yeah, it's blood. They say blood thicker than water, but sometimes you know? You know what I mean? It's crazy, bro. It's like sometimes your own family do you in. So it's like, how do you even learn to trust beyond that when it's like you experience, you know, points in your life where you can't even trust family? You know what I mean?
The main one.
The main one. Exactly, bro. So my last question, which kind of piggybacks off of that, are like, what qualities help make it easier, you know, for you to open yourself up to trusting?
You know, like you just said, people just being open, being able to talk, you know, the friendliness, you know, just actions, you know. Like you said, actions speak louder than words. People can talk all day, but if you're not showing me you could do this, you could do that, you know, when it gets to the point of you want to tell me everything about your problems and it's that, but when I come to you, you know where to be found. You know, you're not a real friend, you're not loyal to me. So, you know, situations like that.
Yeah, I think that's a big thing in society too, and I'm glad that you actually mentioned that, is because it's like and I felt like this a lot in my life, but like I don't really feel like that, like, you know, with my friend group that I have, like with y'all and everything like that. Like a lot of times people is just like, hear me, right? And like how you said, now it's my turn, and they like
nowhere to be found.
Ignore the calls, right? Exactly. And that's a big thing with society. Everybody wants to be heard, but nobody wants to listen. You know what I mean? And so I think like even in like some qualities that I look for in people, like, cause I'm a very observant person too. And like I said, I feed off of energy, bro. I feed off of the vibes and things that, you know, that people like send my way, you know what I mean? So when I look at people, I look first and foremost, I see how they feel about themselves. You can always, you know, determine how somebody's going to be with you, how they are with themselves. So if people don't express love for themselves, you know, if they don't express that they even like themselves, or you see like certain things that they not even like aware of about themselves, what makes you think that they're going to be this way with you if they can't be it with themselves? Because that's where it starts. Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. So like that's where it starts for me. But then I look at how you treat your family. You know what I mean? I look at how you treat the ones that you claim to be close with. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. So like those are like things that I really, really look at that helps me like ultimately. And again, like I said, being open and just giving people that benefit of the doubt to like help me if I can trust a person or not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so like that just, I think it goes a long way. And so like what I basically, you know, hope that people could get out of this is that like when it comes to like, you know, trust and, you know, whether it's tampered, you know, whether it's you trying to build trust or you've been hurt before and you trying to learn how to trust again, I think the biggest thing is learning how to first and foremost just stay open. Know that everybody isn't the same. So somebody new that comes in your life, they don't have to pay for the, you know, the mishaps or like the mistakes of what somebody else did prior to them entering your life. You know what I mean? So taking that tampered trust and learning how to, you know, use it in a positive way. You know what I mean? Learning from it, because that's all it is. Life is all about experiences. It's all about growth. You know what I mean? It's all about leveling up from each situation that you go through. Would you agree with that?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
so
sir.
like, yeah, that's what I want to leave us with. What would you want to leave us with about, if anything?
You know, just stay true to yourself, love yourself. You know, sometimes you don't need friends, but I mean, you know, it's always good to have them. You know? Sometimes blood is not always thicker than water. Sometimes it's your friends that's, you know, always there for you in times of need when you know, when you don't have your own family.
Yeah.
But as far as relationships, the first thing I always say, not even ask, don't mess with me if you don't trust me. If you don't
that's
trust
true.
me, relationship done. Like,
Yeah.
females be like, huh? But no, it's honest. Like, if you don't trust me, no relationship.
Yeah. Nah, I feel that.
Single for
Single forever, single until marriage. This guy always said single forever, bro. But yeah, man, that's again, you know, as far as like with the quote of, you know, friends become family, the Bible talks about that. It says that there's a brother that will stick closer than blood, or you know what I mean, and that's just real. But yeah, with everything that was being said, I pray, you know, that something was said that, you know, that will encourage y'all and that will keep y'all going. And again, it's okay to trust even after you have been hurt. But again, this is a Voice of a Generation podcast. I am your host, King Leo, and again, Big Trendy. Thank you for coming on, bro. Appreciate you. And we out.
This is my season. This is mine. This is mine. I sowed the seeds, now I'm reaping my harvest. This is my season, I'm reaping my harvest. This is my season. This is mine. I sowed the seeds, now I'm reaping my harvest. This is my season, I'm reaping my harvest.